Hello good people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Akila Galore. Thank you for watching my video today. I really appreciate you for being here. Welcome or welcome back if you've never been here before. I'm Akila Galore, and on this channel I share my opinions, thoughts, and I make videos about whatever's on my mind or old story times that I've been through or just my thoughts. So welcome and thank you for listening.
I be so sick of you niggas, y'all contradict me. I be so bold myself when you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, except when you around me. Treat me like corduroy, you wear me out. Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about you.
Today's video is like a little rant in regards to motherhood, mother-father custody, child support, those things. Because there's a stereotype when it comes to getting a divorce. Mainly, I know I have watchers like in Vietnam and United Kingdom and Canada, and this is mainly in North America. Like in North America or in America in the United States, they have this systematic approach when it comes to getting a divorce, where if you've been married and you have a child, you have to have a child settlement agreement or a child support addendum in place if there's a child in place, if you all have a child. So there has to be an agreement in place for the child on both sides, and it has to be an agreement. So I'm speaking about this because I recently had to go through this myself in regard for my own divorce. Oh, y'all gotta text me. I need to see who it is. Yo, sorry for the two. Okay, so wait a second. I'm getting distracted. Back to the video. I had to recently go through this with this subject that I'm speaking to you all about right now, which is coming to an agreement with my ex-husband in regards to how we will facilitate our daughter's future via this settlement agreement. And when we were going through our divorce papers, the divorce papers only gave you a choice to put either person, like either the husband or the wife. Either the husband or the wife has to be on child support in order to take care of the child and in order to be able to settle this agreement. However, there are other factors that can come into play, such as what happened with ours. We decided not to put each other on child support. Like neither one of us, when we were going through our divorce, was amicable. And I say that it was amicable because we sat down and went through the divorce papers together. We both filled them out. We were sitting side by side. I was smoking a blunt, having a glass of wine. We're both, just hanging out, chit-chatting, and going like reasonably talking through these things, because there was a point in time where I was just too emotional to go through this. Like even after having consultations with lawyer, I could not fathom what I'm about to tell you all. Like I just could not picture this. I just could not at all. And I only seen one way, which was the standardized American way that has been role modeled to me for so long in America. What happened was I got married January 2nd, 2015, and our relationship ended August 17th, 2017. And I remember that day significantly because something happened on that day. I won't share what happened at this time, but something happened on that day. So I know that was like the end of our relationship. Like it was finito, done. After that day, we tried to work things out, but it never could come back together. I just could not deal with it. We decided to go our separate ways. So in 2017, sometime in between, like so many things happened in between this time of me getting this divorce. Like so much shit happened. Like my whole world shattered. Like my whole foundation shattered. My everything, like I lost everything when I tell you I lost every fucking thing, I lost every fucking thing. I lost it all. So as we're going through this breakup, this divorce, it starts, I have my daughter and he's doing whatever he does. Like at this point, we're not together. So 2018 to we're not together. 2019, like from 2017, we have not been together. We have not had sex. We have not been in relations. Like I don't believe in the stereotype that you could always fuck your baby mama or always fuck your baby daddy, because that's just not true for me. Like I do not deal with that shit. Like he could never fuck me and I have no desire to have sex. Like I have no desire for him. I always love him because he's the father of my child and my ex-husband, and we conceived the child together, and that's the maturity of the relationship. It's like I have an agape love for you, but in regards to like being in love with you and giving you access to me again like you had it, no. We are going through this tumultuous time for quite some time. I believe it was in 2020 or 2021 when I finally conjured up the courage to see a lawyer, because actually, take that back. I think it was April 19th, 2019. Okay. So I'm just gonna wrap this up quick because I got an Uber on the way. Hold on, let me pause the story. We're just gonna resume from where we left off yesterday. I have broken this down into a series of questions. I have some notes and I'm going to record that way. I guess I could start from here. One day I was at work and I received a message on Facebook from a young lady telling me that she was in love with my husband and she was pregnant by him, and that me and her had the same birthday. It appeared as if she had been stalking my Facebook for quite some time before she had the audacity to reach out to me to tell me that she was in love with my husband, and she didn't even know his real fucking name. When I finally conjured up I was shaken. Of course I was shaken up at this time. However, I ended up speaking to her on the phone and she told me all about it and how they met. I ended up getting both of them on the phone. So eventually, once I got the evidence from her, I put him on the phone as well. And I actually think he was in person. So all three of us were on the phone. Eventually, me and him was in person and she was on the phone, and I'm listening to them two argue like they're fucking married. They were arguing more than me and him argued. And I just found it my intuition had already told me as well, but once I got confirmation from her, I decided to leave because I cannot deal with a cheater. Once I find out you're cheating, it's a wrap. Ask all my boyfriends. And if you find out I'm cheating, I've only cheated like one time, but that was after my marriage, but I never cheated on my husband while I was with him. So yeah, that's what led to our divorce. My daughter left, I know that I think I said April 17th or something like April 19th in a couple of scenes ago. However, she ended up leaving on April 26, 2019, and we flew from Atlanta to Washington, D.C., and she caught a flight to Dakar, Senegal. She went out of the country before I ever had. I had never been out of the country before, and neither had she, but we had gotten her passport when she was only 6 months old, because prior to us having a kid, prior to us getting married, prior to us even having sex, we discussed what would happen if we were to have sex and have a child. And the plan was that she would go, or he, if it was a boy, would go to Dakar, Senegal and be with his parents until we fulfilled our goals over here in the United States. So because we needed to focus and because we ended up having a child prior to accomplishing our goals, this was something we already discussed. So when it came around, it was like I was talking about it, like, you know how you talk about, or you tell the universe that you want things, like yeah, you agree to it. You never know what, like, you just put it out there in the universe and you're not sure if it's going to happen. This is before I understood the finite details of being able to get what you want from the universe based on how you think and what you say. So at this time, I didn't process how powerful my words were, although I had always been told my words are very powerful. So yes, we discussed it before even having sex, because it was just a serious conversation. It was something that we talked about. Honestly, with her being gone, at first it was very hard to deal with because I had never been out of the country. I've never dealt with something of this nature. Even though we talked about it and discussed it, I wasn't sure if it was really going to happen. So for me, it was definitely at first hard, very, very hard. And sometimes it's still challenging today. When I see mothers with their kids or I see fathers with their kids, I feel something. However, I don't allow it to bother me for too long, or I don't dwell on anything negative, because I understand what I want for her future. I understand the vision that I have for her life, and understand that I wasn't going to be a selfish mother and stunt her growth because it wasn't me who was putting her in the position to be that way. I wouldn't even say I wasn't putting her in the position to be that way. It was more so the fact that I allowed, what was I saying? Oh, about her being gone. It was just sometimes it's bothersome that she's gone, and other times it's easy to deal with, it's easy to manage, because I understand, like, I could not have taught her French. I could not have taught her Wolof. And there are some tools that she has in her toolbox to be able to live a fruitful and fulfilling life in the future that I just wasn't able to give to her. So when this opportunity came across my desk, I examined it with great detail, even though it was something that had already been talked about years prior to her even being thought of. Yeah, I feel as if it's going to pay off. It will be rewarding for her future, my own. It has been greatly beneficial for us all. Of course, as a mother, I have feelings and emotions, and I miss my kid, and I want to see her do her first. Like, I miss a lot of first things, but the sacrifice is worth it to me. My daughter's doing very well, to be honest with you. She's doing very well. She left the United States when she was 3 years old, and this year she will be turning 9 years old. She speaks 3 languages. She goes to a private school. She's chauffeured to school every single day. She has 2 maids. One is there 6 days a week, and the second maid comes on the 7th day of the week, which is usually on Sundays, to do all the housework and the resetting of the home for the week. And she plays with her friends. She has she has whatever she wants. I always say that her father gives her everything that she needs, and I give her everything that she wants, because it's our only kid. And he pays for her schooling, he pays for the chauffeur, he pays for a lot of things. Like, he takes care of her as he should. He's her father. And me, he promised me years ago that if I were to let her go to Dakar, Senegal, I would never have to worry about anything ever in my life again when it comes to my kid. And he has kept his word. Therefore, it has only been liberating for all parties. I know that I miss her dearly, but she's doing great. I see her maybe like once a year. Last year, 2023, well, I'll break it down for you. She left 2019, April of 2019. I went and seen her November of 2019. I wanted to know where she was laying her head, where school she was going to. I wanted to know the environment she was in. I wanted to know everything. And I went for the very first time outside of the country, I went to Dakar, Senegal in November of 2019. COVID happened 2020. I did not see her. I didn't see her 2020, and I did not see her 2021. I did not see her again until 2022. I have not seen her for the year 2023, and my hopes is that I get to see her for 2024 this year. Next question. Okay, so a big part of this video is about like child support and how do I feel about child support. There was a point in time when we were going through our divorce papers and it asked us which parent we wanted to put on child support. We agreed to like put the father on child support for $50 a month, or like $50. How often I don't know how often child support payments go, but we put like $50 down because it was like the lowest you could put. We couldn't put down zero, so we could just put down $50. However, when we went back over we submitted the divorce papers, and about 9 months go by and I still haven't received a finalization because no child support agreement or no child support addendum or child support agreement had been put in place, which we thought we did. The judge says no. So now we've had to go back and circle around and get an attorney to notarize an agreement that our daughter is in Dakar, Senegal. We have agreed that she can stay in Dakar, Senegal until she's 18 years of age. We have agreed that she will come over here annually on holiday when she's out of school. We have agreed to the terms and conditions of what we both see fit as parents, not what the court sees fit for us. And because we're mature adults and we're able to communicate and reasonably think these things out, we were able to have that done, which is either parent isn't on child support. Like, that's how I feel about child support. I don't feel like child support should be put in place. Like, I know that I might get some flack for this, and I understand that there are some fathers and mothers who do not take care of their offspring. So child support should be in place for those individuals. But for you to put the mother or father of your child on child support out of spite because you aren't able to be with this person, or you have feelings for this person, or things aren't going your way, I think that is very immature. And I don't think that child support should be for those fathers or mothers, mainly fathers, because the court system set up that way for the fathers. I don't really know many mothers who are on child support. Do you? That's what I thought. So for me, that's how I feel about child support. I just don't feel like if you're two adults who can talk to each other reasonably, then you should be able to do so. You can get an attorney to notarize an agreement between you all, a handwritten agreement that's put in place between you two, amicably done. It does not have to be where there's fighting and so much bullshit going on because of child support. Oftentimes, there have been some fathers who are making 6 fucking figures who would quit their job or get a lesser paying job, and mothers too will get a lesser paying job just so they don't have to make child support payments. That sounds so fucked up to me. Versus if you are a parent who's taking care of your kid and y'all have sat down to come to an agreement. If you have a good job and he has a good job, or one parent or the other parent has a good job, whoever has the motherfucking money to be able to take care of the motherfucking kid, you should do so. You should do so. And if you don't want to do so, if you don't want to be on child support, if you don't fucking like child support, stop fucking having kids because it felt good. You like the process of making them, but don't like the repercussions that come with it. My daughter's about to be 9 years old, and I refuse to have another fucking kid because I learned my lesson the first time in regards to how this thing works. It doesn't take a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth time to figure out how this shit works. I don't agree with child support. Those are my thoughts. My mental health is great. Now these days it's better now than ever. I moved states, I cut people off, I motherfucking focus on myself. I built back up from the ground up. I got a career that is stable, and I am working on something creative like my YouTube channel. I'm meeting new friends, I'm getting zicked down the bestest. Like, I'm just living life. So nowadays my mental health is great. I choose to be happy. It's a daily choice. So yeah, thank you for asking. I asked myself that, but yeah, bitch, I wanted you to know. Yes. I definitely do see myself getting married again. However, I do not see myself having children again. I just don't. We shall see. We shall see. I feel like after divorce, you should be free. You know, I understand it can be hard and it can be stressful at first, but you have your, look at it this way. You have your freedom back. You got a peace of mind. You get to go just do whatever it is you want to do. You literally can just start over from experience this time. And no matter if you are young, like I got married when I was 21. Now I'm 30. So I'm glad I got married when I was early and figured that it didn't. And I'm glad that I learned the lessons early. I'm glad that if it wasn't going to work out, it didn't work out early. I didn't have to wait 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years on down the line to realize that this person isn't for me. And I don't have any regrets in regards to like, damn, if I would have been, I knew I should have left this person a long time ago after they showed me they cheated, after they showed me they weren't shit. Like, I should have left this person. I'm not saying that he ain't shit. He ain't shit for cheating, but he's a damn sure a good person and a good father. Just not a good man. Not a good man for me. However, I'm glad I learned my lesson at an early age. I'm glad I had kids at the age that I had it at, because my body got snapped the fuck back, and then bitch, I got my titties done, and then I motherfucking focused on myself, and then I went and got in my bag, bitch. And if you ain't got kids, let this be a lesson for you to learn. I used to have a friend. She used to be telling me back in the day, I used to tell her she would always date men with kids, and I always meet men who do not have children. And she would say, how do you find these men who don't have children? And I say, that's because that's what I focus on. I focus on men who do not have children. And at the time, I did not have children, so I only would date men who do not have children. I used to say to her, I want to have a man's first kid. I want to be married to my husband and have his kid. It's going to be me and my husband. We're going to get married. We're going to have our first kid together. And she used to just beat my dream down so fucking much, telling me I would never find a man who doesn't have kids. I was never going to get married. Like, how could I want such a thing when so many men out here have children? I defy the odds, bitch. I still defy the odds today. People will try to speak negativity over your life, but do not allow them to put you fucking down. Do not allow individuals to tell you who you are, because the only opinion that matters is yours about you. Okay, honey? If you don't have kids and one day you want to have kids with a man who does not have children, wait on it, bitch. Wait on it. Do not settle. If you desire to be with whatever it is that you desire, I'm telling you, I promise you, if you don't listen to nothing else I say, you can have whatever it is you want, learn the lesson, elevate, cut off things that no longer serve you, and you go after your dreams and your goals and your motherfucking money, bitch. You will never go wrong with money in your bank account. You will never go wrong pouring into yourself. You will never go wrong making sure that you are your first priority. Kids or no kids. Sometimes you gotta say, fuck them kids and focus on you. Thank you for watching. Audio Jungle.